Former US President Donald Trump is set to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in New York today. This follows Zelensky's recent meetings with US President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris amid ongoing tensions from the Ukraine-Russia war.
Look at him. Nigel is a fantastic person.
Mr. President. President Zelensky said that you do not understand what it takes to win this war.
Oh, then I should immediately cancel my appointment. No, he knows. He knows I understand. Look. I hate to see the carnage. If I were president, it never would have happened. Russia would have never attacked Ukraine. Never, ever. And by the way, President Xi would have never even thought about Taiwan, which he's thinking about very seriously now, flying planes over it every single day. But President Putin would have never attacked. When I look at the horror show that's gone on, and the level of death is far greater than what is being reported. When you look at those cities, they're all knocked down, those beautiful, gorgeous golden domes, they're shattered and lying on their side, never to be replaced again. You can't ever replace that. 2,000 years old. When you look at the heritage of that really very vibrant country in so many different ways, and you see how it's been so broken, the people, so many people dead, where they have to use old soldiers, old men and young boys because they're running out of soldiers. It's a very terrible thing. And then you see that the United States is paying for most of it, and Europe is not chipping in. And all you have to do with Europe is the same thing I did with NATO. Say you have to pay. And if you say you have to pay, they will. It's very unfair to the United States, but I look forward to seeing him tomorrow. We'll see. I do believe, I disagree with him. Well, he doesn't know me, but I disagree. But I will say this. I believe I will be able to make a deal between President Putin and President Zelensky quite quickly.
But what does that look like? What does that look like? What does that
I don't want to tell you what that looks like.
The Vice President.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected US calls for a ceasefire with Hezbollah, vowing to continue military operations with full force.
Tonight, videos online showing massive airstrikes in Lebanon amid a rather public dispute between the White House and Israel. The Biden administration and others floating the idea of a 21-day ceasefire.
And I would add that the statement was indeed coordinated with the Israeli side.
But within hours, Israel calling it the opposite of the truth. And in New York tonight, Israel's Prime Minister doubling down. Netanyahu saying, "We continue to hit Hezbollah with all our might. We will not stop until we achieve our goals." But here in Lebanon, it continues unabated, softening the ground for a potential land incursion. And while the world focuses on Lebanon, more strikes, death and suffering in Gaza and the West Bank. In a rousing speech at the UN today, Palestinian President Abbas with a strong message for Israel.
We will not leave. We will not leave. We will not leave.
Airlines have cancelled over 1,000 flights as Hurricane Helene approaches Florida. States in the Gulf Coast have declared emergencies, urging residents to evacuate.
The National Weather Service is using another term, unsurvivable. When it comes to the storm surge, Helene is expected to unleash on parts of the Florida coast in the coming hours.
If it's 20 feet like they're saying, it's going to change the landscape in Franklin County, I can assure you that.
Franklin and Taylor counties are in Helene's expected landfall zone. But for much of Florida's Gulf Coast, mandatory evacuations have been in place since Wednesday, with state and local officials imploring residents, leave while you can.
Some people have made decisions.
Regardless of that, the governor says rescue crews are standing by. Silence, officials warn, doesn't mean safe.
What that actually means is you're in the eye of the hurricane.
An eye that could be up to 50 miles wide, with more catastrophic conditions less than an hour behind it. Helene is expected to roar up the southeastern U.S., with impacts felt as far north as D.C. in the days ahead. Right now, along with Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia are under a state of emergency.
The National Medical Commission, NMC, of India is struggling with management issues requiring intervention from the government. Unique travel destinations and accommodations are being highlighted as part of World Tourism Day 2024. Bollywood stars are set to attend the IIFA Awards in a 3-day event hosted by Shah Rukh Khan and Karan Johar.